The crowd has come to a halt. The birds won't sing for you anymore, not like before. When the trees are all burning, all the stars will keep on turning. You know all the words to the play, but all I wanted was you to stay. When the story comes to an end, will it be the same again? When all the king's horsemen and all the king's men, color in my mood, no blues.
Your violet on horizon.
Forgot my screws, my blues. My love brings
All the lions.
I don't assume that you knew that I miss you.
When it's quiet.
Oh, it's true. I want you to tell. You know, we spent so much time just thinking holes in my mind. Our conversations last night, it got me thinking about you at rendezvous. You spin my feelings until I break, but you were burning me, not setting me free. I wanna let you know, oh, I just came back from the moon. Found myself looking right at you. Violins playing into your tune. My moods are swinging for you. Color in my mood.
So far. To be completely honest, I don't think we've experienced LA to the point where I can really kind of tell you like how it feels. But I do hear a lot of things. But first of all, I love the weather. You know, it's very Australian. And for me, I think as soon as we got here, we went on tour, like a world tour. So I had spent more time out than in, and we just recently got back. When it gets honestly, I think Korea traffic is something else.
Really?
Yeah, traffic in Asia, just period. Sydney, I think Sydney's kind of more similar to LA. You know, when it gets congested, it just doesn't move at all. But it doesn't happen. I mean, you somehow still get through it. But in Korea, you just kind of, you're just like a sitting duck for the longest time, and you can maybe. We don't have that many. Well, I haven't met too many Australian Koreans, or Australians, period. And my crew and the people that I hung around with at that time were speaking American English.
Right.
So then when I started mixing my accent with the American accent, and then I tried speaking Korean because I wasn't really good at it, I started sounding very like they have like a very interesting accent. It sounds like a very like North Korean accent. So people thought I was from the North. Like, are you adventurous? Like in the beginning, the acronyms were a little different. I came up with the acronyms right around the time I left C Clown, which used to be my old K-pop idol group.
Right.
So it was in pursuit of trying to create something new in the scene. And at that time in Korea, there wasn't too many, I would say, production companies that went off independently. So for me, the dream was to kind of create a movement where you have your in-house productions and your in-house artists really come together creatively and build some type of vision. And for me, it was just all about art, and that's kind of when I picked up the camera. And as I was telling you earlier, the acronyms used to be Director Pink Reel.
Director
Pink, and then Real.
Director Pink Reel. Now, what?
Yeah.
What in the world does that mean?
You know what? If you ask me now, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I used to do these like, you know how people have watermarks on their videos and
Right.
stuff. So I used to squiggle like these pink lines. I don't know why. I really don't. I wish I did. But slowly and surely, you know, we started as a production company, so we shot a lot of music videos for certain companies, artists, idols, and all of a sudden we decided to rebrand the DPR acronyms to Dream Perfect Regime, which kind of stands for, I mean, you know, the word regime is pretty like it could sound intense, you know, nowadays, but
Right.
it's kind of like, for us, it was just a strong enough word to describe our passion to wanting to create a dream that supported, like, I think, independent thought and creative ideas. And because I feel like in Korea there's such a, I wouldn't call lack, but a lot of people are scared to have a voice in general, just because.
Really?
Yes, because I think it's more generally based on the idea if you stick out too much, um, you could be judged a lot.
Hmm.
And for Asian communities, especially, I think in terms there's a lot of we call it nunchi in Korea, which means you're kind of overlooking what that person might think of you, and it's a very conservative way of thinking as well. At the same time, I think it's a cultural thing, but because of that, it really does have its pros and cons. But if you really think about it, it is a big echo chamber.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to bring out the idea of like, you could be different, and you can really for some reason, like I have eaten peanut butter and jam before, but for some reason I just wanted to eat it, knowing that it's called peanut butter and jelly now. Does that make sense? Like
Just to be
it's a
part of this whole thing,
Yeah, yeah, just to be part of it. And I think there's a period in time where I got really addicted to it. So I was like, oh, I don't know why I loved it so
It's
much.
good. That's why.
It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. Especially like it's something like crustables or something, and then you have like peanut butter filling and jam.
oh
Yeah,
yep.
I could eat that all day, and I did eat it all day. So there was a period in time where I got really hooked on it, and it kind of reminded me of when I was younger. I was like, oh, I didn't really think of peanut butter and jelly. Like I don't know why I'm so honed into it now as to when I was younger. And you kind of think when you're younger, the appeal of the peanut butter and jelly is it's because you're so youthful and you're so innocent and you take everything as it is. You kind of see the world like that. It's more colorful, and that's why peanut butter and jelly. It for me right now, because I've kind of grown, and I feel like I've grown out of my shoes. Like it just serves as a friendly reminder of what I possibly must have like really enjoyed when I was young. So I think I gave it like such a meaning to it. But then when I look back as a kid, it really wasn't anything.
So it's sort of this. So the song itself, "Peanut Butter Tears," is some sort of a nostalgic.
It is
kind
a
of
nostalgic, and I think it's in reverse. So when I was younger, it's kind of like I kind of saw the world as something that's like a playground, but it wasn't that special because when you're young, you just kind of perceive it as it is. But only when you grow out of it, you kind of tend to realize what was special, what was so special about it, because you have something to compare it to now. And I think that's what peanut butter and tears have come from. So jelly for me was like this significant part where it introduced the fun and joy that I switch into when I go on a very manic low because I have bipolar.
right.
So I have a tendency to switch, kind of like DID, into a character called Mido. And I based my whole artistry and concept around that character. I mean, knowing well enough, if you give a certain, I guess you could call a disorder a name, I know how much power you're giving to it. But for me, if it wasn't that, like I really don't know what to sing about and really how to express my art. So for me, that was the main kind of storyline, which is why you have the first EP and the second official album based on this character Mido. And it's pretty much just about where he fits and how he's developed in this world and where he comes from. And it's a very fantasy like tale. But this side EP called Dear Insanity, which is coming out, I forgot the date, but it's coming out probably next 2 months or something. It's pretty much a side story based on the character Mr. Insanity, which
Right.
is, as you know, as if I have my lows, this a character that represents my highs, and that is Mr. Insanity.